In the last episode, we built ourselves a giant sawmill that's also going to double as our new homestead. And in today's episode, we're going to be heading out to the open waters of the ocean in search of kelp, which will be a very vital resource for making a bunch of conveyor belts and other automated systems for our factories. But before we jump into things, as always, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in today and remind you to subscribe and like the video if you haven't done so already so you can stay up to date on all future videos. So yeah, like I said, today's video is going to be a little bit more explorative than previous videos. We don't really have a large-scale build we need to work on today, just some upgrades to the sawmill here. But before we can set out, I do need to make a quick crafting recipe because our boat right here is currently not fast enough to get us to the ocean in a timely manner. I've gone out and done some exploring, and I know where the ocean is, but this little tiny 1 meter per second boat isn't really gonna get us far. So we need to put an engine on the back of it, and an engine is made with a couple of necessary ingredients. So what I'm gonna do is put these iron ingots right across the top here, and I'm gonna put a furnace in the middle, and I'm gonna put these smooth stone bricks here, and I'm going to pull out a blast furnace. That blast furnace will then get combined with some glass and some smooth stone again, and then I believe iron ingot, and that gives us a ship engine. And this ship engine runs pretty much exactly the same as any sort of furnace or blast furnace or smoker. Any sort of burnable fuel will work for it. And I think we're gonna slap this on, maybe right here, cause yeah, it is gonna weigh the boat down just a tad bit. So maybe, oh man, maybe that's fine. It's still afloat. It's not too bad, although I won't be drowning or anything. But maybe getting some floater blocks in there, which are another aspect of Eureka, would be good for this boat. So I don't have too much coal on me, and I want to save up that resource, but one resource we have in spades is obviously logs. So I'm going to take some logs from our lovely sawmill here and put them into our engine. And as soon as I get this thing powered up, we should see... Oh no. We should see a bit more speed going on with our boat. So I'm gonna put all those logs in and we get this, this nice little animation of some embers going down, just like that. And that's burning rather quickly. Is it burning that quickly, or did I only have 61? Interesting. I thought I put, maybe I only had 61. Okay, either way, it is gonna eat through that a little bit, so we need to get on our way. So I'm just gonna come out here like that, and wow, we are moving immediately much faster, because Eureka takes into consideration the weight of your ship versus how much engine power you have behind it, and luckily our engine is pretty good for a boat of this size. So we're just going to take a quick trip down this winding river, and I will catch up with you guys once we get to the ocean. Oh, I've been lily padded. Oh god, I've been attacked. Hang on, get out of here. Get that out of here and get you out of here too. Am I stuck? I think we can do it. Oh, just got to do little bit of a 3-point turn. Come on, there you go. Oh my gosh, yeah, these lily pads are gonna drive me crazy. Oh, and here we are. We have made it to the ocean, and we are greeted by, let me get out a third person real quick, some pirate ships, some sailors and pirate ships, which are all docked in this nice bay area here. Did I see a village over here as well? I did, right there. Perfect enough. Because it is getting late out, and I do need to dock for a minute. There's a butterfly on the water. Wow. Hi, butterfly. Before we take on any sort of pirates, I think I'm going to stop here on the coastline and get up. And there's a lot of structures in this area. This is a resource and structure rich region for sure. I'm just going to dock right here, I think. And we're going to spend the night in this village. So we're not dealing with anyone we don't intend to be dealing with. And they've got a lot of... Ooh, this is the village I should have come to in the first couple episodes to get all that wheat, but I'll take some of it right now. I'll just pop in here into hopefully an uninhabited, doubly inhabited house. Excuse me, I do have to kind of plonk in here real quick. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Just a little bit of home takeover. You can have it back now. You're a florist as well. Oh, interesting. Oh, flower pots for emeralds? Oh, you are my new friend. Hang on a minute, buddy. Hang on, you're not going anywhere. What's your name? Steve? Well, Steve, you are gonna be my new best friend. In fact, how'd you like to come work for me? Maybe? Possibly? Well, as long as you don't go anywhere. In fact, I might, how do I can pick you up if I want to. Hold on, I gotta, there you go. I can pick good old Steve up here. I could take him home if I wanted to. Oh, something's going on in the background. Hang on, let me show you guys this before we go any further. This is part of a new mod that I've added in. It's the mod pack. It's called the Burn Just Fire mod. And you can see here that this building unfortunately caught on fire because it was built over a pit of lava. But instead of just disappearing, the blocks are actually charring, and that's a charred log, that's a fire, but I think that is technically considered a smoldering log, and other leaves and wooden blocks will act like that, and instead of fully disappearing, they'll turn into charred versions, and which I think is just very immersive and very fun. Well, Steve, I think I'm gonna leave you for now, as long as you promise not to get yourself hurt or anything. You just hang out there, I'll be back for you, but that is a fantastic trade. Oh, wild lettuce as well. Oh, I'll take some wild lettuce, that'll be great for our farm, as well as this. This right here is rich soil. Rich soil is part of Farmer's Delight, and we can use this to grow our crops exceptionally faster. And we need this block right here, organic compost, in order to create rich soil. Rich soil is made by combining organic compost, setting it on the ground, and putting it near any sort of water source like this. So if I left this for long enough, eventually these would become rich soil as well. But I'm just gonna go ahead and take it myself, because we can go ahead and turn it into rich soil later on our own time. But I think it's time we said bye to that village for now, and I want to talk to some of these boats out here, figure out what's going on them, and loot them if I can. But also, I do have to go ahead and grab this kelp. Because today I think we might try to also set up a kelp farm if we have at the time. I don't exactly know what we're doing in today's episode fully. I have a general outline, but unlike other episodes, this has a little bit less structure to it. Okay, I think a stack and a little bit to grow on is good. So I am gonna head over here to this set of, it looks like a pirate ship and a sailor ship right next to one another. And it appears, was I already here? I might have already been here. I did do some exploring in between episodes just to make sure there was enough stuff, and I think I couldn't help myself. I did go into this, into this ship. Yeah, I definitely raided this ship already. But hey, I didn't grab everything. There is this pot here, which I don't know anything about these. I've never even played with these in regular Minecraft. I haven't played the 1.20 update at all, so this is gonna be new territory for me. But not to worry, there are other boats in this dock, and I don't believe I touched any of the other ones, so we will go ahead and hit up these other two. This one's overgrown. It's got a lot of junk on it. I think that might mean there are zombies! Zombie pirates! Zombie pirates aboard! Absolutely! So this one's a little bit more dangerous, and we will need to... Whoa! Hello! 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 Hi! 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 You okay? We had a stowaway for a minute there. I think he's gonna drown. Yeah, he's gonna drown down there, so I'll leave him alone and see if we can break our way into this. Actually, we could just climb the vines, couldn't we? Yeah, I can climb these things, so I think Quark is responsible for that. Ah, Avast! Avast, ye crew member! Come here. There you go. Gone, taken care of, and there's a captain spawn block, and I think as long as I leave these here, they will respawn, so I can use this as a little bit of a farm if I want to. Anyone living in here? Hey, are you the captain? You must be the captain! Come here. Gotcha. All right, fantastic. Let's get that right there. Hey, diamond ain't too bad. Right, let's check out one more ship, and we will be on our way back home with our kelp in tow. Avast? Ooh, there's some water issues here with this one. Oh. Gotta be careful with these ones, they're gonna throw stuff at me. Okay, let's see. I'll make a little walk-along platform if I can. Just like that. Get up here and take them out before it's too late. Avast! Avast! Got one. There's a second one, I think, somewhere. Ooh, and I can take care of this spawner as well. Oh, are you down here? Where are you? There you are. Come here. And gone, taken care of. The resources in here are a little bit more potion oriented, so it might not be much I want to take other than these phantom membranes. And Oh, rabbit's foot's not too bad. Okay, and with that ship taken care of, I think it is time to get back to the house and start working on some projects. So I'm gonna skip ahead and meet up with you guys once I get back home. Oh no! Oh, there's a lot going on right now. I was gonna show you guys the drumming man, but there are some goblins after me. See these guys right there? They are not to be messed with. They are elementals, and I do not want to have two of them on my front door. But also look at that cool little zombie, if I can get him in frame. He's got a drum. Hold on, come into frame, buddy. Come into frame. There you go. He's playing a drum, and if I kill him, I could technically get that drum. Come on in. There you go, got him inside, so I should be able to take you out, no problem. And he didn't drop the drum. Did he drop it? Oh, he didn't drop the drum. Okay, I took some time off camera to get some infrastructure set up for today's activities as to not bore you guys with a bunch of minor tasks, including getting our gear ratio up here. So our sawmill should be running at pretty much full capacity. Now we could make it faster, but for our purposes, I want to keep this pretty rustic and a little bit slow speed. And oh, the animation seems to stop sometimes when I'm not looking directly at it. That might have to do with my entity culling mod, but that's okay, because what we're going to do today is set up a system that's going to convert our logs from that tree farm into planks and strip logs and other crafting ingredients that we might need. Now you'll notice I've set up some encased chain drives here, and these are going to power both our forward and backward conveyor belt that we're going to have running. So basically a conveyor belt is going to be picking up things from this tree farm, and it's going to be sending it in, and it's going to be using that rotational energy from here, and then it's going to send it through this saw, which I want to be careful not to stand on or else it might hurt me, and then we will send it off into a straight conveyor belt here. Eventually today, we're going to get something set up where we can have multiple ingredients coming out of one track, where we're going to have parallel conveyor belts running to different chests, but for now, we're just going to focus on getting one done, and before we can do that, we need to have a more renewable source of kelp, because kelp is how we make our conveyor belts. So I'm just going to plant some kelp here. Actually, I'm going to do it near the dock, because that seems to be where I'm going to do a lot of my aquatic activities at. I think right here next to the boat landing, I'm just going to put some kelp right along here. Eventually, we will get an automated farm set up for this, but we don't need too many conveyor belts in bulk right now, and I want to focus on getting our sawmill running. So that kelp will grow in no time, and for now, I actually already went ahead and grilled some up because we need dried kelp right here. I'll also dry up this other 21 that I have here, and I should just be able to put two next to one another? I think it's 6. Yeah, it's 6 in a row like that gets you one conveyor belt. But that's not just one block worth. That's actually, I think that can do up to 8 blocks of conveyor belt, which is great for our purposes. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have all of my andesite on me. And we're going to take this over and we're going to make some shafts. In fact, I can make them on my way over there. That'll give us 16 shafts, a perfect recipe. And this sawmill will also be able to make us shafts for a little bit cheaper as well. That is something I found out I did not know about until I was researching more into the mechanical saw. So if I put a shaft right here, we get that rotational energy. And if I put a shaft here, we'll get more of that rotational energy. And now all I have to do is right click on that shaft with my conveyor belt, and you'll see this pink line coming out, and that's going to show me how far I can get with this conveyor belt. So let me put it right here. I will have to put a shaft down in order to do that, but now it's turned green, and I can go ahead and see that conveyor belt. It looks lovely and perfect, and this is going to send items down our conveyor line to the end here, where I think I'm going to have it tunnel into, or rather funnel into a chest right up on top of this one. In fact, this whole system needs to be moved so I can make room for the rest of my mechanism. So I'm basically going to do the same thing on this side right here. And the interesting thing about conveyor belts is that once you connect them like so, you can just click on them and they'll expand in whatever direction you're pointing. Now, because there's a 90-degree angle, I could move that whole operation, and eventually I think I will. In fact, oh geez, I might as well do it, but that's going to take some time. So I will go ahead and either time-lapse or montage that entire building process. So give me a moment to get that set up. Okay, so that is our tree farm located in a much more organized way, and what we have to do now is a very vital part of this, which I actually forgot about, which is getting the stuff out of this mechanism onto the conveyor belt, which is going to require something called a portable storage interface. Now, to make that, all I need is a chute and an andesite casing, and that gives me this portable storage interface. And now I think I can just put a block down. Any block will do. Something akin to this. I think I'm gonna need 2 of them, and I need them a space apart. In fact, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put some more logs in here so I have a more solid structure for that, and that's already automatically glued on. This needs to come back a block, which means the conveyor belt is gonna need to be a bit shorter. Now that, I believe, is correct. And if I have a funnel coming off the back of this, which I shouldn't need anything more than just an andesite funnel, which I should just be able to put on like this. Maybe I will need a chest, but I think that will do fine. I mean, unless it gets a backup, that's the only problem. But I don't think we're gonna be making that much. There's gonna be a backup problem. We'll have an overflow issue later if there is one. We'll solve that problem if we come to it. So now I should just be able to, if I can clear my inventory out a little bit, get some of these out of there. And if you notice, look at that, it's fall. I didn't even know it was fall yet. I don't live in a very deciduous biome, but I guess, yeah, over there you can see the leaves are turning brown over there, which means winter is just around the corner. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this system. Oh, I think we're stuck. Oh, because it's using the portable storage interface. And there it goes. See, it uses the portable storage interface for a second, and it locks on. So every rotation, it's gonna lock on, and it's gonna send logs through. And it's currently jammed up with some dirt, but it's already off to a rousing start. And it is actually a lot slower than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, because it's going the wrong way. Look at that. See, it's done with the block, but it's gonna send it through. I see the issue. That is an issue I didn't even think about. Okay, well, I'll need to fix that before everything gets going again. But that's okay. We'll have some overflow, and we have some company as well. Hey, buddy. Dead. Might need to make it daytime, because I am in need of some privacy. Right, okay, so I went ahead and made it morning, but now I have to solve this. And the best way to solve that, because I wanted to use that rotation for the gears as well as the saw, but if the saw is going to be backwards, is it not as simple as flipping the thing around? No, that's not going to solve it at all. So I think if I just set that up like so, so that gets the saw moving in the right direction, but now everything is being sent over there. Hang on. So I realize I've been overcomplicating this a lot. I think what I can do is just, I mean, it's going to look a little disheveled, but I mean, tried and true method would be to use some cogs, because cogs do rotate your energy a little bit. So if I just put a cog here, and then a cog here, and then a cog here. Hey, look at that! I made an encased thing! Wow! How did I do that? And so look, they're going through now, but you'll notice they're not actually doing anything. Right now, they're just kind of going through. Because the first recipe you need is actually more time, I think, on the sawmills, or multiple saws as well. So I'm gonna have to play around with this a lot. Again, create is a lot of trial and error, but oh, look at that. It's plopping it off. We have a sawmill that's doing something. Okay, so that was a lot of work to figure out that I had actually done things right. I was just making the wrong type of log. So the pine log doesn't actually do anything with this right here. I have to use like basically a vanilla or a supported block type, but pine from the Meadow mod is not one of those blocks. I am currently having an issue though where the trees aren't growing for some reason. Do these need podzol or something? I don't know what spruce saplings need. They're year-round, they should be growing, but I haven't seen many logs coming through. But I can go ahead and show you what would happen if I did this properly. So let me put these stripped logs on, because this and hollow logs are what you get if you put a standard log onto a conveyor belt, which leads to a mechanical saw. And I think you can double down. I think if I put these on the conveyor belt like so, we should be able to see it come through, and you'll see it goes much slower through, and it'll bring us planks. 6 planks to be exact, so you get more yield per log. which is exactly what we want. So basically we have the ability to mass produce planks. Now another option we have, and I don't know if we'll have enough time to get into it today, maybe that will have to wait for a future episode, but is to send off a parallel line with a funnel. In fact, I might go ahead and set that up in between episodes just so we can get into next episode with some brand new projects, because we've spent basically 2 episodes on a sawmill and I'd rather spend my time on other buildings. We have a lot of land out there that we want to cover up with a lot of factories and fun things like that. Okay, so I actually lied. I did decide to finish it for this episode because we had a little bit more time than I anticipated. I really don't know how long these videos are going to be until I get into the editing process. But look, I have finished the sawmill and it does exactly what I want it to do. So let me show you exactly what we have here. There was some issue with the spruce, so I've gone ahead and just stuck with oak as our wood of choice. And that all gets funneled out into these 2 tunnels. Now these tunnels do not have any sort of filter on them other than to split evenly down the middle the amount of logs they get in. So half of the logs go into here. As you can see here, we've gathered 40 so far, and then half of the logs will head down to the saw blade, which is set to make stripped logs only. If I don't have this filter, it'll also make some hollowed out logs, and I don't have any need for that. This I do have a need for. Then from there, if I send it down this main chute, which again, this is split 50-50, it'll get sawed again into planks, which funnel into that chest, but this one will just send the stripped logs straight down into this chest. So basically, the logs get split up into 3 resources. Basically, 50% of them will become this or this, so 25-25, and 50% of the logs will remain logs, which I think is a pretty good ratio. Now, the rate at which this goes is based on how good my tree farm is, and right now it's a little rough. So in between episodes, I think what I'm going to do is upgrade that to make it spin much faster and to make it much wider so we can actually get a decent amount of logs coming in pretty fast. So there's always something going on with this machine. But I think that is going to do it for today's episode of Minecraft Unlimited. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this series so far, and trust me, you won't have to wait as long for the next episode as you have between this and the previous one. I had some things going on in personal life that I needed to deal with, so I hope you understand. But yes, next week there should be another Minecraft Unlimited right on schedule. Remember to like this video and also subscribe if you're new. It really helps out more than you can know, and I appreciate every single one of you. We have just passed 5,000 subscribers, and that is fantastic. Let's shoot for 10. If you want to stay up to date on all things Minecraft Unlimited, you can also follow the link in my description to our Discord, where a lot of people are running a fan community server. If you need someone to play Minecraft Unlimited until the 2.0 update comes out at the end of this month, you can absolutely hop in there, and there's a lot of people who can help you out, and you can have some fun with. But as always, my name is Daniel, and I will see you guys next time.